lindol at nasa loob ng isang gusali. Gawin ang duck, cover, and hold. Habang lumilindol, yumuko o umupo, magtago sa ilalim ng matibay na mesa at humawak hanggang humupa ang lindol. Lumayo sa mga babasagin, gaya ng bintana, estante at cabinet na maaaring bumagsak. Pag humupa ng lindol, lumabas ka agad ng gusali at pumunta sa open area. Huwag gumamit ng elevator o escalator sa inyong paglabas. Suriin ang sarili at mga kasama kung may nasugatan. Maging alerto dahil maaaring magkaroon ng aftershocks. Tandaan, paghandaan ang sariling kaligtasan. Isang paalala mula sa TriMedia, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. TriMedia, DZRJ, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Magandang gabi mga kaibigan. Welcome po sa Buhay Indie. It's 11:14 in the evening. We're up to 12 a.m. So it's been a very long while. We've been working on our documentary thesis project, and you guys are going to be watching that tonight. You're going to be seeing parts and a portion. It's basically just a portion of the whole documentary because we are still working on it. But this one is already nakalatag na. So you're gonna see what we've been doing all these past few months and past few years. Kasali po dyan yung nung nagsimula kami mag-aral ng pelikula sa Mapua Institute of Technology, which is now Mapua University. Kasali po lahat yan. It's gonna show the filmography, the process, the journey, the film journey of these Mapuan students in looking for their own path in starting their indie film career. It's still in the process, but what you'll be watching is one of the final the rough cuts that we are very proud to show you. So without further ado, panoorin na po natin to. Ito po ay it's called How to Indie. This is an indie documentary that teaches one how to start their very own indie filmmaking career, and it follows me, the host, Gail Sarne, in our adventures and our journeys around the Philippines, searching for how to indie. So let's watch this. Gamitin kasi yung iPhone para sa dialogue sila because we can't afford microphones but we can't afford iPhones. iPhone para sa dialogue sila because we can't afford microphones but we can't afford iPhones. Hello and welcome to How to Indie. This is an educational documentary that will teach you how to start your own. This is an educational documentary that will teach you how to start your own. You're just thrown into the field without any prior knowledge. So I'm here to help you out. But before that, let me introduce myself as an indie filmmaker. This doesn't work. This is broken. I am Miguel Luis Sarna. At the age of 11, I started to become interested in filmmaking by creating film outputs inside open-world games like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. With the use of in-game camera tools and a computer screen recorder, I was able to capture shots and edit them on my simple editing software. I did this project with a friend from the Netherlands, Ricardo Prudon, who also taught me the basics of editing these clips. I then continued to experiment and develop new film material for newer video games, and in 2012, I decided to pursue my studies in film. The virtual playground I had was the perfect simulation of my filmmaking career, and I was so ready to face the real-life film life.
Okay, welcome po sa ating palatuntunan ngayong gabi. Palakpakan naman ulit dyan mga chong! Okay, mga kaibigan, tumahimik kayo! Tumahimik kayo!
In our first year film days, we didn't have the adequate equipment to produce quality films. I basically used a digital camera. It's a Canon HS220, and despite the lack of equipment that we had, we actually used that to cover events, party events for Young and Wild Productions, and it was merely a digital camera. And because of the profit that we gained from that, we were able to upgrade to a DSLR. You see, it's one of those things that makes you fucking mad, man. But you know, we're good. We're good. I'm good. You know, in production, you gotta keep calm, keep yourself controlled and collected, because you can't go crazy on this, man.
That's not what happened 5 seconds ago.
Because in production, you need to relax.
Borderline crazy.
Nah, no, I'm not. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I mean, I'm gonna finish this thesis without anyone dying.
Okay.
So, this has been a very long process, and you know, they quite pressured me to to finish this tomorrow. Like basically tomorrow, not really tomorrow. I have like 2 days.
You have one night.
I have one night. This is the challenge of films. I'm gonna show you guys na kaya din naman. Wala kang oras, wala kang pera, kayang makagawa ng pelikula. I swear, it's possible. It's possible. Kasi in the ending, I die, you know? In 2013, I was blessed with a DSLR. This is where the real film work started to blossom. I experimented with my camera and all its capabilities, and I was able to produce short video projects that looked oh so cinematic, even with just a kit lens. I started to freelance with my film buddies in Mapua to produce funds for this thesis. Where's the sounds? Where are the sounds? These guys are the guys, my bros. These guys, we just play music for us to dance on.
Actually, Joel,
Come on, Joel, come here. These are the guys. These are the film buddies from Mapua that helped me make it live, because I don't have any budget. I don't have any money to produce this thesis, but I have my bros. I got my bros. Thank you, bros. This is A. Mark, this is Joel, this is Adriel, and this is Dan. Without these guys, there will be no freelance business. With the little budget and the team that we put together, we decided to join the local school competition. The first time that we joined, nobody liked it. I'm just kidding. First time we joined. What? It's true though. Okay, it's true. The first time we went to the film festival, we didn't win anything, but we believe we produced something quality, right? It was great. It was messed up, but that's our forte. We want to do dark stuff. We want to show the dark stuff of life.
Father, gising na po.
On our first try, we did a film called Radyo ng Diyos.
Sandali lang, iho. Sige lang po, pa.
And that lost. Second time we joined, it was about yung ugay na raketa. Your friend, and you are friend. Yeah, we didn't get any awards as well. But the third time that we entered, after studying the audience taste, we were checking it. Every time we joined the festival, we watched the audience and see how they reacted to the films that they were watching, not just our entries, but all the other entries. And we learned from those. We stayed with one film festival because we wanted to get a grasp of how to satisfy an audience first before we actually try to satisfy audiences outside of the school. Since this is already our educational playground, so we play within the safety of the playground, so we don't cause any mistakes outside and then regret that in the future. So we played it safe. We only went with one film competition. We joined 3 times in 3 years, and one of them finally won an award. We got the taste of the audience, and we won the Audience Choice Award.
Pero walang mas malala sa pagnanakaw na ginagawa ng araw-araw na traffic. Dahil ang bagay na ninanakaw na to ay kahit kailan hindi na mababawi. Ang oras mo. Ang bagay pwedeng mabawi, ang pera pwedeng mabawi. Ang oras ay hindi nababawi. Pwede rin pala yung ninakaw ng gobyerno. Hindi rin yun nababawi. At dito na nga po nagtatapos ang ating programa. Mag-ingat po kayong lahat sa daan. Siksikan na naman po ang ating mga kalsada. Huwag kalilimutang magdasal upang hindi tayo mamatay. Maraming salamat muli. Susunod na po si Father Noneth para sa Radyo ng Diyos.
Now, a lot of people and even established film directors say that the biggest problem you're going to encounter in filmmaking is money. You can't make a film without money, they say.
So meron pa ring mga misconception ng mga tao in regards with independent filmmaking. Sa independent filmmaking kasi, it's still a movie. It's indie because it's independently produced. It's not produced by yung mga like Viva Films, Regal, or Star Cinema.
So basically, this is coming from the artist's pockets. Yung nagpa-fund.
Hindi naman lahat. Iniiwasan namin magaling sa bulsa rin namin. Yes, we don't make a lot of money. So kami, nagtatrabaho ko rin kami sa TV. May iba-ibang racket on the side
to support
the art and to support ourselves also, because those bills are never late. They always come on time.
True.
Most independently produced films right now kasi ngayon meron tayong 5 or 6 na film festivals right now. We have Cinemalaya, Q Cinema, Cinema One, Cine Filipino, Q Cinema, Sinag, and to farm pa nga, so 6-7 na yun. These are independent film festivals na tumutulong ngayon sa mga young filmmakers kagaya natin na gusto magsimula ng kanilang karera sa paggawa ng pelikula, which I think it's a big help because unlike before, mas madali na para sa atin ang gumawa ng pelikula. Unang-una, itong mga film festivals na to, may mga seed money sila na nakakatulong to start na gumawa ng pelikula. And then, meron na rin siyang audience na loyal sa mga independent films. And ang sarap ngayon kasi pakonti-konti nang nai-introduce yung independent cinemas as an alternative sa mainstream. Payo lang kasi na-experience ko na rin yung talagang zero. Kasi it's not just about doing what you love and maging passionate ka sa ginagawa mo, pero paano ba magiging sustainable yung passion mo para sa'yo? So So, yeah. So, pag walang project or kung maisisingit namin yung ibang trabaho, nagsisingit kami.
However, we have this firm belief that with the right set of skills and the right set of knowledge, one can become a filmmaker with low to no budget. And that is exactly what we're going to teach you in this film today. So hold on to your seats, open your minds, and join us in this educational adventure into becoming a low-budget indie filmmaker. Let's go. Do you guys have money?
Di ba babayaran mo kami direct?
Oo nga pala.
Oh my God, wala kaming cut. Hoy, kasi may kontrata dapat to eh.
Budget nga pala to, nakalimutan natin.
I'm hungry.
I'll give you guys some sisig. Is that okay?
Love.
Love? How about some love? I'll add a little extra love.
That means burgers.
Guys!
Burger. Wait, no. First, you're gonna need some basic film equipment. I would recommend getting an entry-level DSLR, a simple microphone or audio recording device, a sufficient editing computer or laptop, and a few extra SD cards to store your footage. If you don't have the money for something like that, you can opt to rent these equipment when you need them. But purchasing these basic film equipment will give you the freedom to practice with your film tools anytime and often. Second, you're gonna need some exposure in the world of film. If you can't afford an education in film school, you can opt to attend film workshops, acting workshops, script workshops, and many other production-related workshops, where you could also gain your connections with other starting indie filmmakers. Getting your connections is an essential part of starting your career. A huge and successful film production will not be possible without the contribution of many talented individuals who are working alongside you in making masterpieces work. It is also important that you develop strong and trusted relationships with the people you meet along the way. Third, you're gonna need to collect many stories, converse with people, get in their lives, understand their struggles, and listen intently. No matter how pretty your cinematography is, if your story sucks, it will suck. The story is the most crucial element of the film. You're making a film to send a message, not something that just looks pretty. Films are made to be timeless, made to be remembered, made to be lived by. Get out of your comfort zone and explore your world in search of wonderful stories that are yet to be told.
Sabi mo, rolling ah.
Rolling ito.
Guys, mag-ayos-ayos na kayo sa trunk.
Ha?
Ayusin nyo na yung mga stuff sa trunk, tapos bounce na tayo.
Oo, pagka-action lalabas na kami sa frame. Papasok pala sa frame.
Oh, sige, okay. Action.
Now that we've got all the prerequisites in check, it's time to start marketing our skills to clients in hopes of generating funds for equipment investments or the production of this film.
Are we all good?
Direct, let's go. Matsi. Let's go.
Let's go. Tara na guys.
Let's go.
Alright, let's go. Everybody go in the car. Sige, pasok ka. Thank you. Okay. Alright. Sige, Mutian.
Hindi ako makita pare.
Naman na sa loob.
Sa may mga tao.
So we're off to a shoot. Goodbye.
Bye.
Don't leave me here. Ay!
Bye-bye.
In 2014, we decided to venture in freelance film work to sustain our growth as student filmmakers. Film school is expensive and you're gonna need something on the side to sustain your development. Punjabi Versa Night 2015. In the early stages of our freelance work, we didn't have much equipment, so we resorted to renting equipment and charging them to the client. We knew that sort of equipment is required for the type of project and we listed them all out in contract. The contract price was 30,000 pesos and we profited 10,000 out of this project. We used the accumulated funds to purchase our very own lighting equipment for only 6,000 pesos. Tiyan Tijdian 2015. In our second contract with Desi Matters, we covered an Indian event for women. We priced the contract at 30,000, which included video camera rentals and live stream setup, courtesy of Mr. Dong Valeza. We profited 12,000 from this project, but an unforeseen problem occurred when the hard drive containing all the files was dropped during file transfer, which set us back 17,000 for data recovery. We did not profit from this project, and we owed 5,000 for the recovery of the data. In 2016, we partnered up with Aurora Galactic Rentals to create a short video ad for their company. They also gave us rental discounts, which we were able to use in our future projects. This project was priced at 20,000, and we profited 5,000, which we then used to purchase a new prime lens, which we eventually broke in 6 months. Punjabi Versanite 2016. In 2016, we had our third contract agreement with Desi Matters. This time, it was a bigger production. We had our equipment investments on hand and we were ready to produce professional video material. This project was priced at $35,000. We profited $15,000 from this and used the funds to invest in a powerful editing computer that was able to process HD video materials quickly. 2016 was our busiest year in freelance work. We had multiple different client works for student projects, student thesis, commercial projects for startup businesses, and we spent money on developing our film studies and joining the local film festivals with a low budget. This is also the year when I started to pull in budget for the thesis film. Holy Festival Vegan. This is our fourth contract with Desi Matters, and the project was priced at $35,000. We profited $15,000 from this and used the accumulated funds for the budget of this thesis film.
But how do you convince your clients that you're professional? Well, my friend, it takes a bit of skill and knowledge for you to be able to produce quality materials that even the cheapest clients will pay for. Hawimbawe, 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 hawimbawe.
Oh shit, mag-lobat.
I have another battery here. Right here, motherfucker. I'm always ready.
Make use of film equipment. Some equipment are actually not that expensive. You can go to Lazada and search for specific equipment. There are a lot of cheaper alternatives. But in Lazada, if you search for dollies, sliders, gimbals, stabilizers, and many other places on the internet, there are much cheaper alternatives. You just gotta have patience for a little research work. Do a little research and check if it's legit. And it's up to your decision if you're gonna purchase that or not. But it's one of the ways to be able to achieve cinematic shots. It's just in your execution. If you're able to handle even the cheap equipment with maximum precision, then you can create a very cinematic shot. Most of the expensive film equipment just basically automate the hard process of handling these equipment, but they're very basic and manual equipment. To the most basic manual equipment, they're the cheapest, but it requires a little bit of skill, and it's going to come from you, which is why we're trying to build your skill so you're going to know how to execute like a true master. Budgeting and scheduling. It is very important that before you proceed with a shoot, may it be commercial or a film shoot or a project, it is best that you plan everything before you start shooting. It's called pre-production. Pre-prod planning is very important because this is crucial. You're going to have to make a foolproof plan, and if your plan doesn't work out, you're going to have a backup plan ready at all times. So in case you need an escape route from your current situation, you got another plan to roll in. It is important that you focus on pre-production planning so you are able to foresee how your production is going to end well. And for your first few tries, you're going to mess up. But learn from that and learn to manage your time because of the mistakes you've made, and apply it onto the next project. But just don't forget to keep on developing and keep on improving. Just keep on learning from all your mistakes. Manage your time, manage your budget, manage your people, and eventually manage your own film production.
This is one of your essentials in making a film. Kailangan solid muna yung script mo bago ka makagawa ng solid na pelikula. So, when you write your script, write it in a way na it fits with your budget. Yeah, go ahead. It's you have to write it in a way where it fits with your budget. For example, may mga gusto kang kwentong i-execute, pero may kailangang eksenang medyo magastos. For example, you want may sasakyan. Ito, other important element, a big house or whatever. Write it in a way na it's available with the existing. Dear goodness. We had a ghost sighting there.
Ghost sighting.
I saw the moon.
Did you see that ghost?
Did you see the moon?
Yeah, I saw the eclipse.
Huh? Did you see the moon? Did you see the moon?
I saw the eclipse.
You'll see it in my thesis na lang. Right? You'll see it in my thesis na lang.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man's asshole that you just saw a few seconds ago.
So sorry. as much as possible, when you write the script, parang isipin nyo na yung mga gagamitin yung bagay at kung sino yung mga kaibigan nyo, yung mga katropa nyo, yung mga kapamilya nyo na pwede nyo na magamit para sa paggawa ng pelikula na ito at makakapagtulong magpahiram sa iyo ng mga gamit na kailangan mo para sa pelikulang ito. That's one way to save the budget, is to make use of your connections, your family, your friends, and many other people who are available, who are willing to help you produce this film. Pero write the story in a way na they would enjoy it, they would be able to join in on the process of it. So sa script pa lang talaga dapat, doon ka magsisimula. Doon mo mag-gauge kung magastos ba itong pelikula ito o hindi. What are you doing?
He was twisting his nipples.
You like that? You guys.
Off yung music.
Today we're going to be shooting a charity event, or whatever it is. Well, it's a charity event. It's going to be near Philippine General Hospital. It's going to be in Child House, Manila, and we're basically doing this for free. All they're paying for is the expenses for our gasoline, food expenses of the crew. This is not something we're going to earn a profit from, but it's one of the important things that you have to also consider taking if you're starting up your indie career, is taking on any clients that come your way. And sometimes it helps if you do some charity work, because it doesn't just help you practice your craft, but it also cleanses your soul. Why are you giggling? Why are you guys giggling?
I can't take you seriously after saying that.
No, well,
Cleanses your soul.
we're also going to
Ano to, Christian org tayo?
no, we're also going to show you the processes of taking in all different kinds of clients, and this time we're going to be taking a very, very, very low budgeted non-profit gaining client, but we're still going to take it because there's some things we're going to learn from this today, so hope you can join us. Well, you don't have a choice. You're there. This is our crew. This is Dan Irvinio Mutinho and Pajita Drillones. And they're all very, very, very sleepy. I brought a knife just in case.
Alright, it's rolling.
What's up, boys? We are here at Child House in Manila. This is a place. This is a debut na charity yung team niya, and today they invited cancer patients as one of their guests for the debut nitong celebrant natin. And today we are doing our OJT here in TriMedia. We are editing some plugs and we are just doing a lot of stuff. It's a jam-packed weekend. Weekday. The whole day is jam-packed. Yes?
Kasi bring shots ng rapid fire.
No. We're planning to do a side business. Check this out. We're gonna sell computers, editing ready computers, and they're gonna be very affordable. This one, a dual screen monitor with proper video editing monitors, as in almost 100% color gamut sRGB thing. I researched about that stuff, and I studied this for the sake of making a business out of it. These monitors are the best for video editing, and the whole setup will come with a VR ready graphics card, will come with 4.5 terabytes of internal storage, will come with a Core i7 processor or a Ryzen processor, and all of the state-of-the-art equipment, the Corsair case, and a good motherboard from MSI Gaming with a good sound card where you can listen clearly to all of your editing content, and everything is going to cost under $99,000. You already have the monitors, you have the PC itself, you got a good graphics card, a good GPU, you got a good processor, 16 gigabytes DDR3 RAM, and we're gonna assemble all of that, and we're gonna sell that as packages, maybe sets of like 3, sell it to a startup business. To make it very simple and to describe it to the people, what is indie filmmaking?
That's kind of controversial, actually. I mean, there's so many...
Maraming ang definitions and there's no exact.
But just to be simple, no, it's independent, no? It's a shortcut for independent. Independent, supposedly, from a studio or mainstream cinema. Okay?
Pero you work po with both sides.
I started with mainstream. No, I started with Himala.
Yeah.
Mabubuking ang aking age. Himala, Sister Stella L. Yeah, I even joined Star Cinema. But I was also from theater, Filipino Educational Theater Association, where we had workshops, and that's where I started directing on my own. And then somewhere along the way, no, from mainstream, I got into directing. Malaala mo kaya?
Yeah.
I got to work with Ricky Lee, all these people, no, Mike De Leon, Ismael Bernal. But when digital technology came in, I decided to go independent, which means you do it on your own. O nga pala, buhay indie to. Buhay indie to, no? So it's different from mainstream, where it's already a whole industry.
Yeah.
No, the digital technology, I'm sure your other guests have talked about it, no? Because of the technology, there was an opportunity now, no, for even students like you to go into it, because it's now easier, it's now cheaper.
Right.
Diba? You can do
Dati, you really had to purchase reels
Yes.
for your film stocks. And
very expensive. 4-minute, thousands.
Yeah.
Diba? One film, millions. Okay?
TriMedia, DZRJ, 8:10 AM, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
We deliver. Stand out and be the best. With 8 TriMedia Pro Incorporated, your way to infinite possibilities.
Makibahagi sa bawat talakayan. Ihayag ang inyong reaksyon sa mga programa ng TriMedia sa aming mga social media accounts. TriMedia-TV sa Facebook, TriMedia DZRJ 810 sa Twitter, at TriMedia sa Instagram. Makiisa sa bawat programa ng TriMedia sa social media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Sa mundong pinapatakbo ng salapi, alamin kung paano makatitipid sa pamamagitan ng tipid tips. D. Tamang paggamit ng salapi. Maaaring magbukas ng savings account sa mga pinagkakatiwalaang bangko. I. Iwasan ang paggastos, bawasan ang luho. P. Piliin ang paggamit ng budget plan kaysa sa pagkakaroon ng kaisipang bahala na. I. Isantabi ang halagang iipunin o mas kilala bilang savings. At D. Dapat unahin ang kailangan at hindi ang kagustuhan. Laging tandaan na sa tamang pagtitipid, siguradong di ka magigipit. Isang paalala mula sa TriMedia, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. This program is brought to you by TriMedia Pro Incorporated.
most important editing tools that you can possess. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was so funny kasi I distracted you. Alright. Sometimes you're gonna have to edit your own films. Not only does this give you the creative power to mold your film into life, but it could also be very efficient for production, because getting other film editors outside of your circle may be a bit expensive, but learning to edit on your own will be very helpful even in your future projects for developing films. Editing can be a very essential tool in your filmmaking because this allows you to create your story the way you see it, the way you it can also be very efficient. Sometimes you're gonna think it's complicated to learn how to edit with all the complicated software and everything, but everything is available online. The tutorials, the instructional videos, they're available for search on Google and on YouTube. You can find YouTube tutorials for specific softwares, and you can refer to those videos if you want to learn how to start editing on your own. Recommended software to use if you want to start editing with simple clips is Sony Vegas, but if you want to go a little bit more professional and want to have a little bit more creative control and professional control over the quality of your film, you should choose Adobe Premiere. But if you're on the MacBooks, if you have a little extra money and you want to edit on a MacBook, you can, anong tawag nun? iFilm, iStudio ba yun? iPro, something. Final Cut. If you're on Macs, you get Final Cut. It's basically, it's similar to Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's for professional video outputs. And of course, you have to put a little money aside in saving up for purchasing the licenses for using these softwares. And I downloaded it. We're sorry, we're indie. Hey, we'll pay soon when we get rich. But it's a test tool. We're not using this for promotional, for profiting purposes. Whoops. Nobody called the DTI, alright? But if your forte is at script writing, then you can focus on that. If your forte is on editing, and then you can use that as a creative tool. And if your forte is on directing and execution, then you do your part there. But it's great to have knowledge of all these sectors. As an individual filmmaker, you have to know what it's like to be a director, what it's like to be an editor, and what it's like to be a person on the set, an actor, and everyone else. You have to know where they're standing in, so you know how to control them on set when you need them to perform a certain duty or a certain role. Okay, it's 4:19 in the morning, and what we're doing right now is we're trying to read the manual of the Phantom DJI that we borrowed from Sir Romel Ricoport. And this is one of the most important things with new equipment that you are going to use for film shoots. You're always going to come, they're always going to come with these things. These things, they're called manuals. Manuals are very important. This is like the Bible of your equipment. If you need to know your Bible, your equipment so well, you gotta read the manual. So you use it safely, you don't waste your money with it, you don't waste your money by destroying it because you're negligent and you didn't know what to do. You always have to read the manual of every new equipment or expensive equipment that you guys get. So right now we are spending time to read the quick start guide of the Phantom 3. This is a safety guide. All these papers, they weren't meant here for nothing. They put this here because this is for the safety of your equipment and for your safety as well. So do not neglect the manuals that they give you. You gotta read them, boys. So let's go through the quick start guide. Oh, so many letters. I'm done with this. I'm using one of our production lights as a source of reading light. And this is a very expensive reading light. It's worth 5,000. It's a Yongnuo LED light that we bought in Taft. And they sold it for a very cheap price. For 5,000 you get an adapter, which means you can plug it in and use it. And they also included in a battery, which can last for a good 6 hours if you're not using too much of the brightness. This actually can go really bright, and it's one of the most useful things we have in production. It's very bright and very helpful for lighting up simple scenes. Lighting up simple scenes, and this is what we're going to be using later on if we're going to have night shots. We're going to be using one of these LED lights and a bunch of LED lights that Joel got from Indonesia. Thank your uncle for that.
God bless him.
God bless you, uncle. What's up, everyone? We are here almost at where the fuck are we going? We are almost at Iba Zambales, where we are going to stay. Palawig tayo stay. Stop over here somewhere in Zambales. I have no idea where we are. I'm not good with geography. Geography. But we're just taking a quick yourself right now. We're going to be on our way.
Yep.
This is the van that we rented. It's actually a UV Express. We got it for $3,000 plus the driver. But you need special privileges to be able to get that done.
Of course.
Kailangan talaga madiskarte kayo if you want to do it.
Yep.
We are a few hours away from our destination, and once we get there, we're going to start shooting so we can get all the shots that we need today, and then by tomorrow we're going to start shooting the main interviews for the documentary.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long day, so we're going to make the most out of this, and we're going to show you exactly how we're going to make this documentary work. We're going to show you every process that we're going to do once we get there. For now, we're going to chill. So come join us in our adventure.
Hey, you want us to die? We're holding our Yossi and we're in a gas station.
You're right, that's a bad idea. We're shooting a documentary. Hey Joel, are you recording?
Yep.
Okay, we are here at Iba Zambales, and we are checking out one of the beaches here where we will find the coral reefs. And ang sabi ng mga fishermen dito, ang pinakamalaking issue daw nila ay yung dynamite fishing, cyanide fishing. Isa yun sa mga pinakamalaking reasons kung bakit naapektuhan yung livelihood nila dito ng pangingisda. Lalo na yung mga legal na nangingisda dito, yun ang pinakamalaking problema nila. And we're just doing an ocular right now, so we know what we're gonna shoot tomorrow. We're gonna prepare. Maybe tomorrow we can get a boat ride around, so they can tour us out.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And are you scared of the water, Joel? Better put plastic around that camera, because that's gonna get wet. And we're gonna get a GoPro tomorrow.
Nice,
so we're
nice.
Get some underwater shots, and then later on we're gonna learn how to pilot that drone.
Yeah.
We borrowed from Sir Romel Ricofort. Hopefully it doesn't crash into the sea. Because it's an expensive drone.
It's a 35K, man.
35 damn K, yeah.
Alright.
Yung lighten up pa. Ay, wait, sandali lang. Focus ka sa mukha niya. Bukas, samahan natin si Tikboy Buenaventura sa kanyang trabaho para makausap siya at makita natin ng malapitan ang mga coral reefs dito sa Zambales. Tapos, pasok ang kit, sabi mo, "Boy, pare, pulis ako." Ay! Para makita ng malapitan ang mga coral reefs dito sa Zambales.
going. So tomorrow we're going to be using it to take some overhead shots. Thank you, Sir Romel Ricofort. We love you.
You are still with us in our adventure through film. It's been a very difficult process, but we've made it. We've done freelancing. We've finished our film projects. We failed a lot of classes. We lost a lot of money. We lost a lot of time. We destroyed relationships. We basically dug our own graves already. We're all ready to be dead right now. But this is how dedicated we are to the life of filmmaking. Like, we're ready to bury our bodies to make this film. Do you guys agree with me?
Yeah.
Of course.
Can do.
Yes.
Alright, my boys are in the same track, ladies and gentlemen. Because we're all in this together. We all started film school together, so I am blessed enough to have them alongside this journey. So one of the most important things you have to develop as well is your friendships and connections with the people you are going to make films with. Because, you know, these people are going to stay with you for a very long time. Because if you work on a story together, if you guys worked on together into making a story, it's going to create a connection, a relationship, a family feeling. So you gotta maintain these relationships. Love your friends, respect your friends. Sometimes you have to be a little bit extra tough on set. You have to remember that you are not on set to be everyone's friend. Sometimes you have to be very strict because they have to respect you and they have to listen to you you have to have control over the set. You're there to work as a person to create images. You have to have your absolute loyalty to making this film work. So if there's anything to compromise that ideal of being very strict, then do not compromise. Be very strong and be firm in completing the film task at hand. At may mga ibang pelikula, Paps, mga chong, hindi makontrol ng director yung artista. Hindi dapat ganun. Yung director yung nagbumold ng pelikulang ito, hindi naman yung artista. You hired the artista to act, not to control this film. Am I correct? So, may mga artista dyan, may mga ego na kasi. Gusto nilang makontrol yung pelikula. We have to find a way to earn this artista's respect in believing that this is, you have control over this. So, you really have to be tough minsan. You have to show them that you have a certain ego and I don't know, man. Being a filmmaker, you really have to go with the personality. You know, you have to wear a certain personality that's universally understandable to everyone that this is a respectable personality. So if you start acting yourself, you know, when people give you the advice, just be yourself, everything's gonna be fine. On set, you're gonna have to be someone else talaga eh. Like, no matter how nice you are or how mean you are, on set, you have to put on this persona of authority that people will believe for you to be able to efficiently and effectively create the film task at hand. Napapansin ko mga Pilipino madalas nang nahihilig sa mga indie films. Hinahanap-hanap na siya ng mga Pilipino. Kaya ito ang tinuturo namin sa inyo ngayon sa dokumentaryong ito. Kung paano maging isang indie filmmaker. Ibig sabihin ng indie filmmaker is that you're independent. Ikaw mismo ang nagpapatakbo ng pelikulang ito. Independent means you're not controlled by a mainstream star system. You're not controlled by a big corporation behind you. You're not controlled by money and expectations. You're controlling your own film. You're independent. You are the maker of this film. And we're going to teach you how to get through this without going through the more complex things of creating a film career. We're going to help you to actually achieve this status of being an indie filmmaker by approaching life with the existing opportunities that you guys can take. And these options we will clarify to all of you how you can take it in, how you can handle them, and how you can find them. We're going to list down the details and guide you through every single process of how you can survive your very own indie filmmaking career. Alright, it's recording, girls.
So, pasok tayo
tayo muna sa chair.
Okay na to.
Okay na to. Ito ba si Mark? Mark, baba niyo.
Pasok ako din kita.
Oh no, are you sure you want to do that?
I think you have to go.
Hindi, okay na yan. Okay na yan. Kita na siya. Sorry, did I step on your balong-balonga?
Almost. Yes, balong.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that we have the basics covered, let's try this out on the real world. And we challenge you guys to take on this life challenge of becoming a filmmaker. But before you guys set off, why don't we hear from our friends? Mga advice nyo sa mga taong gustong sumabak sa kanilang buhay pelikula? May advice ba kayong maibibigay sa kanila bago nila isakripisyo ang buhay nila sa bagay na ito?
So, bali, advice ko lang is, since indie filmmaking, ingatan nyo gamit nyo kasi, alam mo kasi, precious ang gamit ng mga indie filmmakers kasi, alam mo, gamit mo yan eh, sarili mo yan eh, unless may sponsor ka, rental.
Pero parang mas mahirap nang mawala yun eh.
Mas mahirap nga rin yun, pero yun nga lang din.
Yeah,
Ingat-ingatan yung gamit nyo, tutukan nyo palagi, at least 1 or 2 may nagbabantay ng gamit nyo.
Protect your items.
Isang advice lang is just do it.
Just do it, man. Yes.
Kahit panghinaan ka ng loob, kahit malapit na yung deadlines, just do it. Kasi minsan, passion overcomes fears, ganyan.
Right.
Pangingin lang to.
Just do it.
Yeah, we're just winging it right now.
Ikaw na.
Film is so...
No bad.
No bad.
How to indie? Well, namatay na yung ilaw namin, so I guess that's the end of the show. I'm just kidding. Kulang ba? Kailangan
Siguro
magbigay yung...
another advice ko po is charge po tayo mga
Charge muna tayo ng maaga.
Always charge your equipment.
That's what I was about to say.
Tama po sa mga nangyari.
Naunahan ka ng light.
Oo nga.
Wala eh. Pero at least may ilaw ka. Magpasalamat ka.
Spotlight.
Okay, Joel, your advice.
Siguro yung advice ko, don't be afraid to over-exaggerate things. Fiction naman to eh. It might offend some people, pero it's just a joke.
Para sinabi yung joke yung filmmaking.
I get what you mean because it's since parang you're allowed to be as creative as you want since we're telling people it's fiction then
Alam mo,
you have the liberty.
Can you lessen the lights?
No. We need lights, man. This is indie. Pag walang ilaw na baterya, cellphone. Ikaw pare, ano advice mo bilang isang naging aktor at mga tagasulat ng poetry? Ano advice mo sa mga gusto magsimula ng kanilang indie film?
Well, those who are planning to act, I can advise is don't be afraid to improvise your character. If you feel like you can add additional flavor or extra niche to your character, you claim your character, so you don't be afraid to improvise. If you feel like you can add an extra line or you can exaggerate the character that you are, and like what I said, if you think you can act it better than it is written on script, then go for it and don't be afraid, because if you do that, you bring the character to life, not just you as an actor, but actually the actual character that is on the script. You bring it to life to the point na you are not anymore who you are, but the character you portray.
Beautiful. Alright, and I guess that about ends it for How to Indie. Thank you so much guys for joining us on this educational adventure. We hope you guys learned and we hope you guys bring this along throughout your career. And don't forget us. We are your bros, mga tropa mong tumulong sa iyo sa pag-angat sa iyong buhay bilang isang indie filmmaker. Maraming salamat and good luck. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to press the subscribe button.
This is not a YouTube channel. This is my thesis. Have some respect.
And follow social medias, Facebook,
Smash the like button. Sell this DVD.
details on Betamax. Every link to our social network is written in the description down below. One like equals one prayer. So don't forget to subscribe and we're out.
TriMedia, DZRJ, 8:10 AM, ang himpilan ng